right. Asante Kotoko, Amoah Motm, Edin Kunim by 1-0 against Club FN SAMARTEX. Game ni nyina aba na wie Asante Kotoko won by 1-0. Goal scored by Abrante FN Albert Amoah Ono NSH goal Edema Asante Kotoko. And it was a wonderful game by Asante Kotoko. Well, quickly, like we always do, we try to talk about the things we observed from the game. It's an interactive based thing. So you also drop your observation. Our comment section, you know. The also who game, you know. Don't forget to also drop it to our comment section, you know. Now you read it, now you get it interactive. The truth of the matter is that Asante Kotoko didn't win by 1-0 against Club FC SAMARTEX. And this means that Asante Kotoko, the first major observation is that Kotoko still unbeaten after 6 games. Kotoko is still unbeaten after 6 games, and that is the good news for Asante Kotoko. First game, Asante Kotoko boy against Karela. Ekoshe Karela 1-0. Asante Kotoko twaso. Any young apostles ball draw. And only brekum Chelsea so ball draw. Then Obeshe in Swatremai by 1-0. Oshaka Lions by 1-0. And Wabon Homode Ashe Klaba, your friend SAMARTEX by 1-0. So what this means is that 6 matches played by Asante Kotoko so far, and they are unbeaten. And that's the first major observation. They're still talking about a Kotoko unbeaten run. You still cannot forget about the fact that Asante Kotoko as a club, at this moment, the one-goal project continues. Obi wa monitor me wa channel we so be amakano over and over again say Kotoko basically built a new team. Almost share players for fraud. Yenim say and now share Kotoko game kro boy ya. If you are going to the lineup, Kotoko started with Freddy Kasare. Lord Amoah is a new player. Samba is a new player. Joseph Ablo, new player. Patrick Essie, the new player. Oko Medola. Yes, in team Michael Che Jamara, and Abrantia, your friend Emmanuel Entry. But Entry is a new player. And the front line of Albert Amoah and Elvis Sheba for Omuninasu, a new player. So on paper, there's Lord Amoah, Patrick Essie, Joseph Ablo, Samba Onel Henry, Emmanuel Entry, Elvis Sheba for and Albert Amoah. What that means is that Asante Kotoko, on the word go, there were 7 new players. That was lineup. Now, when you are building a team now with 7 new players, it's very difficult for you to get results and performance at the same time. And in this case, the performance that I'm talking about here, 4-0, 5-0, and 6-0, you grant the results gradually. Results never ban kakran enkoye preocupe boom naba. So yes, Kotoko for now is undergoing a 1-goal project. But 1-goal project, and what you need to remember is that it is necessary because I don't keep Kotoko in the top 2. Because now Kotoko before this game, Eda Baby any goal stars achi. I'm here to check the results of Baby any goal stars. Let me just do that quickly. But the point was that now goal stars near Diana game near 1-1. So what it means that Kotoko will not drop from the top line. So goal stars and a lead 2-1. But Kotoko still have an outstanding game they are yet to play against Klaba, your friend Lagos City. So even without a standing game, Asante Kotoko still at the top 2. So at the moment, the focus is on results and that total dominance. Echita 4-0 by Airpay 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. No, that one will come later with time. Asante Kotoko will start getting that. But for now, we are talking about Kotoko picking the results. And you can also drop your comments, what you observe about the game. You can also drop it in the comment section for us to diagnose it, and I'll also read it. But one thing you need to understand is that Asante Kotoko is about the results, and 1-0 is what it matters. Inter Asante Kotoko still unbeaten in the Ghana Premier League, and they will be part of the top 2 at the end of the day. So the first major observation. Now, the second major observation is that Albert Amoah had a game of his life for Asante Kotoko. Albert Amoah so far started Asante Kotoko. I think there have been times Amanfo doubting our ability. We are talking about a player last season. So check here. League now, boy, Albert Amoah Enya just a year 5 goals in the Ghana Premier League. Now you be thinking, say Albert Amoah Enya 5 goals. I remember when we were talking about Albert Amoah, people were saying, now player Enya 5 goals there. Why are you hyping the player that the player is a good player? I remember telling all of you that. So I study Albert Amoah. He played just 17 matches for club. Your friend a year Great Olympics because of Bemu second round. So Albert Amoah a year by this time last year. Now Albert Amoah bought first division. And Olympics far no. And be wura omu team no January. Into January year be. And Albert Amoah ebenya 1 year in the Ghana Premier League. But player of free division 1 aba, now all of a sudden was starting picking your man. It should tell you he's a good player. And for some of us there, we can't all say how our upon the ball no, he can do the job for Team FN Asante Kotoko. Na BBA Timi Akoye Eddie Asante Kotoko. O de entie coach Ogumusema or the air to Jakakra.
Good for the team.
Coach, we saw a different approach from you in this game, 3 back with your wing backs attacking the spaces. How effective was that for you this afternoon?
Very effective. I think you saw it. That did not give SAMARTEX the opportunity to play the normal game that they used to play. We were able to cut them from the flanks because we realized that anytime, per their previous games, anytime they had the ball from central, they go wide. So once we placed the wing backs there, which are typical defenders, we created a trap for them and then we're able to put pressure on them. That's why we're able to press for the ball, win the ball, and then play forward. So it was a good structure for us, and then the players were able to play within the structure. So I think it's good for us.
Coach, finally, Albert Amoah, his energy level, how he was able to cope, and his 3rd goal of the season.
Yeah, I think all that I can say that congratulations to him. I think he's done very well. The energy level, as you said, is very high. And then you could see that today he was running a lot behind the defense. He was using the spaces behind the defense. And I'm happy for him. He should just keep his focus. He shouldn't let this eat into his head so that he will relax. But rather, he should rather make him work more harder to work harder and then get the results for the team.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Yan Tuaso, I was talking about Albert Amoah. Now, during the discussions, na me chere odienti na ye mu bi na ye ka no ho asem ye bo na baso e o ne dwumadi a odi. But let's go and listen to Albert Amoah na ye ba ya beto aso.
Amenijipa na ama more encouragement me say mutumi aye. So sana me feeling.
Now, and then that energy no was through. I said from minute 1 to minute 90, all runners are dropping behind. Oh, boss, no. Now, Sansonia go can hono. Instruction from the coaches for you before this game.
Oh, yeah, about park. No say you need determine about park. So yeah, by so biya be yejuma. So and yeah, supporters no so say. Almost no mama energy na. So I do abra crowd with your supporters no. We can do more. Sana say.
Albert, our target as a player this season,
Send me to me go king, inshallah.
And so far 3 goals in it, and I say, oh, Quanon.
We share energy na players and the money, tactics are your coach no, any supporter you outside now. Amount any journey, amount like Uncle say you can do more.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Albert Amoah and our tenant canon. So yati coach Ogumunkan yati Albert Amoah. I'll come to all that. So I was trying to tell you people about Albert Amoah. And for now, 3 goals in the league. And today he won the man of the match. He was super from every angle you are analyzing it from. Ball now, Albert Amoah ball and then so he scored a beautiful goal. So here goes now, Albert Amoah Shana. Watch our efficiency or penalty box. What they go against Karela? 1 touch and no share. They go against Accra Lions. Besania opia ball no eto atrem after say you cop Chimano. And today's game, or then a 9 funny control ball from Patrick Essien rather than a 9 benkum no a ball shot in a 2 atrem. So amount the qualities of a striker finishing in the penalty box. But idea about Albert Amoah Asante kan ho say he's able to play the ball. otimi boa ebo ball no ono bo ball no asa ye ebo ball ne ko nti otimi beda wings beda benkum beda nifa. And again his energy level was a delight to watch in today's game. Nti he deserved the man of the match award, and oma every Asante Kotoko fan hope gidie sɛ attack no sɛ yɛhyehyɛ hɔ yie kakra bi a ne anya players 1-2 bi bɛka ho a he can replace Mukwala in terms of the goal contribution of Steve Dese Mukwala for Asante Kotoko last season, and that is Albert Amoah. Now the third observation, most of the people are talking about the third observation. Say John Yeboah, also Asante Kotoko energy level did not disappear in the second half. I remember Omo follow channel yi, unsubscribe wa. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Maybe can wa ha say during the break, Kotoko players need be too kwan no. The kind of training na Kotoko and say half park training, no. They were pushing the boys in terms of the capability of the heart, the ability of the heart to work for a long time. That is stamina. Yen nyina kim say coach Ogum ne pre-match interview. Okan wa sem say e ade a waye ho adwuma me be kan wa ha. Say Kotoko ye say adwuma ne observe from training. And then in today's game, to some extent, you appreciate the fact that Asante Kotoko really did not drop in terms of the energy level of the players. Throughout the game, the energy was high. Also football there, ube no obi. So there were times that SAMARTEX so beji ball na ball chen Kotoko. But also your matches ni bebree na here Kotoko a. Eduru baby ultimately say mrantie na bre. But in today's game, the story was a bit different. And that is the third observation, positive energy from the Kotoko setup. The fourth observation is that the 3-back system from Coach Ogum, it neutralized the wings of SAMARTEX. Coach Nankasa Kasa. Or say, wingers, no, or check SAMARTEX, the scouting report on SAMARTEX, they use their wings a lot. But Kotoko decided to cut 3-back and we keep a clean sheet. And it was a game, I'm not sure so Kotoko cheat and you bet me I say, oh, her ball now we yam shisho. Say, I say, SAMARTEX were creating decent chances against Asante Kotoko. That was not the story. They were not able to create decent chances or give Kotoko pressure. It was a match. Freddy Kasari was tested, but I mean to be Kase, it was a game. I said Asari needed to come to the party because he Bob Bruno. I didn't see that. And the understanding of the 3 players at the back, Samba, Blay, Ablo, at the back was excellent. And then Utimu said, if it's about physical or more, yeah, passing from the back. Asari Jebona were piam omna we jam away, and they were building from the back in an excellent form. So Kotoko keep clean sheet. What this means that Freddy Kasari in the Ghana Premier League will keep clean sheet against Nsuatremai, clean sheet against Accra Lions, and clean sheet against Timwa. Your friend SAMARTEX. Nti Asari keep 3 clean sheets in 4 matches. And 4 home matches are Kotoko Abono conceded 1 goal. And still talking about the Kotoko defense for you to understand how solid Kotoko defense now is. In 6 matches, Asante Kotoko conceded 2 goals. There's a Kotoko bought 3 matches, be Asante conceded 1 goal. And that is the story of Asante Kotoko this season. Now, still talking about Kotoko. All the matches Asante Kotoko Abono, they've scored a goal. They scored against Karela. They scored against Chelsea. Scored against Young Apostles in Nsuatremai, Accra Lions, any team one. Your friend SAMARTEX. Just that they've been scoring 1 goal. But Kotoko share in every match. But they've conceded just 2 goals. 2 goals in 6 matches. That is how solid Asante Kotoko defense, are in the Ghana Premier League. Now moving forward to the 5th observation. Patrick Esiedu was a delight to watch. Elvis Shea did not show up in today's game. Mekam yenu abom. Esiedu nenya assist ma Kotoko. As a left wing back, Oseje kwa enim ho, ena oteki on the defender. Ja ball num, enema Albert Amoah share. He supported Albert Amoah to me. He supported Albert Amoah much better than Abrantia, the friend Elvis Shea. I didn't really see Awuche in his element. Awuche as a number 10 Otimi surge forward ko number 9. And then he was a bit silent kakra. Mehwe how ana Albert Amoah or ha Kofi Agbesima. Ene Ebenezer Akwa menhu awuche saa. But coach loved him and used him in the entire minute. But if I'm talking about players offensively, Omoye Ejima, Patrick Esiedu, his runs, his recovery. Nti me anya mo at the point coach ni yini film the Dauda Saka by. Say Saka so bebo as a wing back because means at that time no na wakwaba it na say coach ni yini film. Na Ejuma no etwa. But I would say clearly this was not a match which means setting the place ablaze. But moving forward, I think in your next game, if you want to maintain your position, our this particular starting 11 more, in the Ghana Premier League, especially in today's game. Well, we cannot talk about Obuasi today and ignore the fans and the pitch, and that's the cease observation. May I sure senka bono any who senka park nenya kebeka ho asem. Me sure see ebe hwe ball na chitafo na nkwa anke beka ho asem. Attendance was massive and the pitch is solid. Me sure say ye hwe Ghana league na ye bono. Si enya abotre twitwa other venues amawa. You attest to the fact that the Obuasi pitch is looking green, fresh and standard than most of the pitches in the Ghana league. Your starting league, that was not the story. What I said, that was not the story because you share Kotoko young apostles. People were even saying that they ain't Asante Kotoko anko abrankese. Because now Asante Kotoko team ye share mo boy amuboya. Ye he boy amuboya. Born how many young apostles boy and more brave because park nenye. People talked about it. Now brankese park nenye today china mo pe Obuasi. But I think after a month it will be difficult for somebody to make that comment. Because when you watch the pitch, you see that a new improvement. And the attendance, which was also going to be a problem, say, Obuasi, but Kotoko young apostles omukoye. Kotoko even against Insuatrema, against Accra Lions, solid attendance. And it was also a delight to watch. Tiambo echita for nabaso, ewo om attendance. Well, injury strikey BM, and that's my 7th observation. Obi a share game no monitor bia who say Michael Chejamana enwie game because we pra. And again, now Abrantia, your friend Lord Amoah was also taken out because at a point no Olympic. Kotoko team net down and say squad name Dawson. A smart any Yakub Krakon Eddie and common I say players to do a Kotoko na aba form. So I'm just hoping and praying that at the end of the day, Asante Kotoko team ne da hono. What you say? Players na and ne ebia bibi nti omolempo ye no. Michael Change amana de so hwe ekra no no de the stretcher. And a time ni free park and so stretcher near the time ni free park because na Nancy and cried about Lord Amoah de free. Yes, there is Emmanuel Korte, and the good news that Baba ya recover. And the other good news that Samuel Tinedua started training. But Kotoko here, every player available from now to January for Kotoko to remain competitive because Kotoko ankasan anfa players bebre. Kotoko anfa players bebre this season. And to say pre-pra besisimu Kotoko might end up giving youth team players a chance, which is a gamble. Maybe at time now coach no youth team players so be man a chance, maybe ndui. But pre-pra ntibos are forced. So let's just hope that Lord any Chejamana Prano enye anything massive. I ebe ha omo ewo omujumedi a omudi for Team FN Asante Kotoko. Now moving forward, Mamemfa we some peace now. I think Michael Chage Andrews in team man, my 8th observation, is an unsung hero in the Kotoko team. Me assure say Chejamana born a troka. Yen nyina ebe ka se den tina coach ogum de nebo. But also boni ya yenka. He's playing very well. He's playing very, very well for Asante Kotoko. But it looks like we don't talk about that. The performance of of Andrews in team menu. Yenka. Senko boni basa me sure senki nyina nki atu ani aguso and our player be ni den tina ogum yusu no And then what this guy Ogmo. We even see some of these comments before matches. But when he plays for Kotoko, you hardly see him making mistakes. This is a season that me assure say we are talking about best players for Kotoko, but nobody talks about him because naturally defensive midfielders in 10 years basketball they be able attacking midfielders abaso and attackers and attackers but we hardly talk about a defensive midfielder. Andrews in team men deserve applause for his top performance. The engine was shit. He ran and he's the protector of the Kotoko defense. On the board defense, one by a trana and about na Kotoko defenders and all. And Tiambo Andrews in team men abaso. We don't do that often, but I think he's been solid. Now, a Jumana or no, another thing, he's been solid for Team Asante Kotoko. And so far, I am impressed with the output out the Emma a Team Asante Kotoko. Wadanedi. So we won't delve so much. Initial comments. May observe free game no. And Mandanda actually Eddie amount. What you know. I think the new signings of Asante Kotoko every game, Biano, keeps giving us a reason to believe in them. I think this recruitment team of Asante Kotoko, this particular AS season, recruitment, recruitment, not because it's been solid. Players now Kotoko form no Unbeaten park as well. So moto papa so. Wisdom Bassi free bench by be dada no kakra. Dauda Saka free bench so by ebe dada no kakra be ebe yi kechene ade ha. One player I'm hoping he will get his form back is Peter Aqua. I'm just hoping Peter will get his form back. Because this season, if you are checking the contribution of Peter Aqua, Asante Kotoko enim ho eni suro sa. Aqua contribution wo Kotoko enim ho no eni suro sa. So I'm just hoping that gradually Peter Aqua can get his form back. Because now, system way no, last season now we check here, na player back one system way. 3 back now Kotoko boy no Bobby Peter Aqua, on na ball right wing back. You see Paul na Lord Amoah Motm wording. Inti se coach Ogum. Epese Peter Aqua ba. Ese Aqua peja ne ball no. Se Aqua peja ne ball no ma. Ebe den e di amane pass be wura Asante Kotoko team. So these are my observations. I'm giving every player in the team the applause. Coach Ogum Sono, I think said tactically or idea against Nuruddin. Me, I'm not having a single problem with a one goal project. Me and Hamid that. Because last season, after 6 matches, na Kotoko, we need 2 matches. Right I say. But this season, after 6 matches, Kotoko we need 4. That is the difference. Last season, first match, Kotoko Heart of Lions draw. Kotoko Kolusu to Bebian Gold Stars. And Asante Kotoko Sabe ball draw against Karela. And a Kotoko Kosha Accra Lions Beshe Diana. So the first 5 matches of Asante Kotoko, what I say? Win against Adriana, win against Accra Lions, draw against Karela, draw against Heart of Lions. It's 8 points. And at March day 6, Kotoko Nation Service Kobo 2-2 draw. Abraham Kese. After 6 matches, now Asante Kotoko 9 points last season. But this season, Kotoko winning 4, no quiet 12. And Wabo draw me, which is 2. To say Kotoko 14 points with the 1 goal project. But last season, after 6 matches, now Kotoko 9 points. So on paper, basic mathematics, basic calculations, Asante Kotoko have 5 points more at this stage after 6 matches this season compared to first 6 matches last season. That is the story of Asante Kotoko. And that is the improvement. And at the end of the day, you have to give credit to the entire Asante Kotoko team for the wonderful performance. Me sure say en Kenya sa na tie na nka adi afa so a Kenya na ebeka. Nti Kotoko team no ma ya ade. And I think say week Kotoko beti menya na sumdue to prepare. As of now, yenya official communique from the FA as to when Kotoko bebo against a team or a friend of Legon Cities. But in Kotoko next match, away. You have a player ratings ni later. But I have something I may next week.